There are pilgrimages, and then there's the pilgrimage. I'm talking, of course, about the Holy Land, the epicenter of our faith. So much of the story of the human family revolves around Jerusalem and the surrounding area. It's the palette upon which is painted the story of our salvation. And I would like to invite you to journey there with me in March 2018 for a St. Paul Center pilgrimage. We're going to travel through Israel in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. We'll visit the major holy sites in Jerusalem like the Mount of Olives, the Pater Noster shrine where Jesus taught the disciples the Lord's Prayer, and the Garden of Gethsemane, site of the famous agony in the garden. We'll pray at the Western Wall, the last remnant of the Jerusalem temple destroyed by the Romans back in 70 AD, and the upper room on Mount Zion, where Jesus and the disciples celebrated the Last Supper. Of course, Mary is a huge part of the story too, so we'll visit the Benedictine Church of the Dormition, where tradition tells us that Our Lady fell asleep before being assumed body and soul into heaven. Now, in addition to all the amazing sights in Jerusalem, our itinerary includes Bethlehem, where we'll celebrate Mass in the Grotto of the Nativity. It also includes the Jordan River, where Christ was baptized, Caesarea, Nazareth, and Cana, site of the most famous wedding in history and Christ's first miracle. We'll visit Tiberias, take a boat onto the Sea of Galilee, have Mass at the site of the Transfiguration on Mount Tabor. Maybe we'll find a new scroll at Qumran, who knows? Well, that's not all. What we'll see in Jericho is where the walls fell down when Joshua and the Israelites crossed the Jordan River again. Maybe we'll even float on the Dead Sea, the lowest and saltiest place on earth. Now, no tour of the Holy Land would be complete without treading the way of the cross, the Via Dolorosa. After praying and meditating on the Stations of the Cross as we move through the Old City, we'll arrive at the most holy site of all, Calvary, the site of the crucifixion. Following the path of our Lord, we'll continue to his tomb before celebrating our glorious salvation in the sacrifice of the Mass at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Does it get any better than that? And I didn't even get to everything. The Pool of Bethesda, the home of Mary's parents, Joachim and Anne. Bethany, where Lazarus was raised from the dead. I mean, it's all there. Simply put, this trip is the Bible come alive. You know, over the course of centuries, tens of millions of people have made this trip. Why? Well, they did it for love, the love of Jesus Christ. They wanted to more fully experience his world. Can you imagine celebrating the sacrifice of the Mass where it all began? We listen to the gospel in the liturgy, but in the Holy Land, it transforms from words on a page to words in our heart. Trust me, the readings at Mass will never sound the same once you're immersed in the exotic and mysterious world where Christ was born, died, and rose to new life. Yet there is simply no experience that can compare to the Holy Land, and that's why we go with 206 Tours, and they're the best. Excellent hotels, private coaches, great food, the best guides, and of course, we'll have our very own priest as well, celebrating private masses at amazing holy sites. And to augment the spiritual dimension of the trip, I'll be giving talks designed to help us integrate all that we're experiencing into our interior lives. Because that's what it's all about. What we experience on pilgrimage is meant to transform our lives and make us more like Jesus Christ. There's no more powerful way to make that happen than by experiencing his world firsthand. So join me for the Pilgrimage of Pilgrimages in March 2018. Click the link for information or call 206 Tours and ask about Matthew's trip to the Holy Land. I look forward to experiencing the life-changing world of our Lord with you and other Catholic brothers and sisters from around the world. None of us will ever be the same. God bless you.